Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Thursday, May 23rd. This will be a technical analysis breakdown. So if you're someone that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and how they can be used as a tool to help make good decisions as a trader, this will be a video for you. Also, if you trade Bitcoin, I will do a bonus analysis at the end. A couple quick clarifications. Number one, the candlestick you see right there will be moving around and changing. That is because the market's still open for a small amount of time. But I like to do these videos when the market is still open because sometimes we can capture some really interesting late day price movement. And second, I'll be using the 30-minute time frame, meaning each one of these candles here represent 30 minutes worth of time. So ticker symbol number one, FFIE. It's remaining, in the news, remaining a lot of people talking about it. But the chart continues to pull back. Now, not in necessarily a bad or violent way, but just in a, it's clearly lost some interest. Volume has fallen off a cliff. But all things considered, the price has been holding up nice. The first update that does need to come about based on a foundational rule in charting, which states that when levels of support are broken and closed below, they tend to act as resistance, and that is exactly what's going on here. So you can see this morning during that opening 30 minutes, price broke below it. Then right there, price tried to get above it, rejected, and then right now rejected once again. So the power of charts. Now, that's not to say that $1.20 can never ever be broken again. I'm just saying that it makes sense why the price is currently struggling right there at that $1.20 mark. If the price does push up through there, next key area of resistance you'd want to immediately turn your attention to would be that purple line there, the 50 period moving average, which you can see has a track record right now of acting as resistance also. In terms of levels of support, next key level that I'm not going to call a do or die level or anything dramatic like that. Let me change that to green to represent support. But next, definitely a relatively important level down there at the 90-cent mark. So keep an eye on that. And that's just simply coming from these lows from a few days ago. And then, yes, from a bigger picture, and what I would consider a much more important level would be that pink line down there, the 200 period moving average. But we don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. But as of right now, the big battle right now is $1.20. So we'll see if the price can break up above it or not. Next, GWAV, and overall, a nice bounce has played out here from things looking really rough, and now things are starting to work its way upwards. Now, don't get me wrong, it's got a lot more work to do, especially for the people that were buying up in that range of the chart. But every reversal's got to start somewhere, and right now it did get a nice bounce, which is why I would now consider this level right here at 0.064 a very, very important level. Why is that the case? Well, and I'm not saying this will occur, but let's say the price comes down to that level and then drops down below it. What would that be doing to the price at that point in time? That would quite literally be putting the price right back to where it was, which is not exactly a sign of genuine strength. Meaning if the price makes a nice move and then goes right back to where it was, like I said, I mean, that's almost a pump and dump in some senses. Great move, and then, the price is right back to where it was. Once again, I'm not saying that's what's going to occur, but that's why in my mind, 0.064 is very important because you don't want to see the price going back to where it was. You want to see it make progress, and that's what 0.064 represents, because if the price were to come down here, do something like this, and then curl back upwards, now all of a sudden, what would you have? Well, you'd have a set of lows there. You'd have lows there. If you envision each of those as stair steps, now you have stair steps making progress in the upwards direction. And that's what it's all about. Nothing can go straight up, but you do want to see progress being made. So again, 0.064, very, very important. In terms of areas of resistance, key level to watch moving forward right here at that level, 0.09, so 9 cents can be that main battleground. But like I said, nice bounce. Now it's just a question of can it show and make progress. Let's see if it can do that by staying above 0.064. Next one, BNED. Very, very nice move. I have no idea. Some people put this in the comment section on my last video, so thank you. So keep doing that, please. Comment below. If you have a ticker symbol that I'm not covering, let me know. BNED was a comment. And like I said, yeah, shame on me for not covering it yesterday, but I'm going to get it covered today. Another very nice move. So let's just map out this pattern here that has formed. So the level that you got to think a lot of people are watching is that trend line right there. And I make that count about a lot of people because when lots of people are watching the same levels and wondering the same thing, call it a self-fulfilling prophecy, call it whatever you want. It can produce some very dynamic movements. And then as far as the support is concerned, we have that level right there. So let me change that to green to represent support. And then maybe make the pattern easier to see. Let's just keep it one color. So we have our resistance. We have our support. We have the big upwards move right here. For you golfers, try to make it a little bit more visual. Put the golf hole down here. This would be a bull pennant pattern. So while there are no guarantees, is it valid? Is it plausible that if the price can push up through the top part of that pattern, that break in of itself could create additional buying pressure? That is certainly a plausible outcome. So if you like stocks right around the dollar mark, you like bull pennant patterns, keep an eye on it. Next one, AKTS, and nice start to the day. Bigger pullback here. And yeah, the chart is looking a bit shaky, but there can be opportunity in these sorts of situations when you got to think a lot of people are probably starting to bail out and wave the white flag. And what I find interesting is this area of resistance, former area of resistance, which is now acting as support. So right here, you can see it was a resistance, but when those are broken, they tend to act as support. And And that's exactly what happened here. Does that mean that 23 cents will for sure guaranteed continue to act as support? Of course not, but it does at least make sense on why this big downwards move has not only stopped going down, but now you have a little bit of a bounce in the upwards direction. So is this bounce the start of something bigger? If you find those sorts of dynamics interesting, then yeah, maybe so. Now, to be fair, maybe it's not. Maybe it rolls back over. But that is a two-sided coin because, I mean, maybe it is, and this thing's getting ready to head back up there to that 200-period moving average, which is that overarching level of resistance. So if you like penny stocks, more specifically those ones that start really strong and then kind of turn in these ugly pullbacks, but like I said, there can be opportunity here if this thing is stabling out right now. But if you like these sorts of situations, certainly keep an eye on it. Next one here, BZFD, and same general idea here. So I'm going to go through this quickly. I wanted to put these ones back to back. So like I said, big nasty move down, but now you're getting some sideways movement. Does this mean that this downwards move is over? Are there guarantees? There are not. But does it become a whole lot more plausible? Absolutely. So in my mind, keep a close eye on that green line right there, because as long as the price stays above there, that does imply that this, has a slight upwards angle to it. And then in terms of areas of resistance, in my mind, the main battleground to watch right here at that level of $3.25. So again, same general idea. Biggest difference here is this is not a penny stock. Strong start, nasty pullback, but it's now starting to symbolize that maybe, just maybe, this pullback is over. So is it over? Is this thing getting ready to head back upwards? Like I said, if you like these circumstances, keep an eye on it. Real quick, want to take a break and personally invite you to get signed up for this free live online webinar that I'm offering here very soon. So if you've been enjoying what you've seen and you want to learn more about this tool, how it can and should be used to build consistency and manage risk, then definitely get signed up for the free live class. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link down in the description box, or if you're watching at my website, there's an area right there on the webpage. But yeah, it's live. There's live question and answers. It'll be a good time for everybody. So if you can make it, definitely get signed up. Next one, CRKN. And overall, this thing's hanging in there. And it started off very strong. Well, not started off, but that second 30-minute candle right there, you can see big explosive move up. Unfortunately, it pulled back here a little bit. But I'm talking in a very micro standpoint. From a macro standpoint, it's holding strong. It's staying above that pink line there, 200-period moving average, which is a very, very important level. So it all depends on, kind of what your angle was. If you're some sort of day trader and you bought right there and your plan was to buy and sell within 7 minutes, well then yes, from that standpoint, chart looks bad. But if you care about the macro, bigger picture, then yes, maybe a little bit of an annoyance at that 30-minute. Big green candle didn't get any more momentum, but it's still hanging and maintaining. And I'm going to just get rid of that level and really simplify this, no pun intended, by keeping an eye on our two simple moving averages. First key level, which I talked about already, that pink line, the 200-period simple moving average, that'll be the main level of support. And then as far as the main level of resistance, right there, that purple line, the 50-period simple moving average. So I think in my mind, that's really the easiest way to look at this. And if you just want to use these as our trend lines, we essentially have this symmetrical triangle wedge that's forming. So it's just a question of who's ultimately going to win. Are the bears going to win with a break to the downside? Are the bulls going to win with a break to the upside? That is the question that we'll get our answer to over the next couple of days. Next one, SPWR. And another one of these that started off really strong and then has pulled back. But what I just did there very quickly was a bull flag pattern. So once again, this is all about perspective. Day traders that bought right there, yeah, they're not very happy at all. It's because there's no doubt about it, you can't argue that the price did pulled back quite a bit. But if you care about the bigger picture point of view, part of that is, well, yes, I do care about this downwards channel here, but I care about the bigger picture. Therefore, what was happening before this downwards channel? And those people are saying, well, the price exploded like this. And once again, there is that bull flag pattern. So if you like bull flag patterns, you like the stocks down below the $5 mark, SPWR certainly fits those criteria. Next one, TSLA Tesla. Very, very strong day yesterday. And then today, pretty rough pullback. Not the end of the world or anything like that. I am going to go ahead and get rid of these lines just so we can start afresh. Because in the very near term, as far as supports are concerned, maybe you already know where I'm headed with this first arrow, but right there, that 50-period moving average, the purple line there. And again, just the power of charts. Nasty, nasty pullback, and then look right where it decided to consolidate out and then get a little bit of a bounce to it. So, I mean, not to pat myself on the back, but certainly pat charts on the back. They're definitely a worthwhile tool. So definitely get signed up for that webinar. As far as if that purple line does not hold, then I would say a much more important area of support right there, that pink line, the 200-period moving average. So keep a close eye on that. If it does try to turn around, then in the near term, key level of resistance, to keep a close eye on right there at the 180.50 mark. So watch that very closely. And just to offer more perspective, so all things considered, the overall trend is still fine. I mean, if you look at the lows, you have lows there, lows there, lows there, lows here. If you envision those as stair steps, you can see there stair steps are still progressing the upwards direction. But yes, once again, from a perspective stake, if you're a day trader and you bought right there, yeah, you're probably not having a good day. Next, PLUG, very, very impressive day. Very nice pattern here. And I think the level that a lot of people are watching right now is going to be that trend line right there, which puts the breakout point right up around $3.44, 45 cents. So from a resistance standpoint, if you like to play breakouts, keep an eye on that. But what's also very nice about this is that, yeah, it made the big move up. It pulled back, but now late day, it's actually already gotten it. So we had essentially a little bit of a bull flag right here. I've talked about bull flags already. So here's a bull flag where you got the breakout and now you have some momentum, which carries in the question, is this bull flag breakout momentum going to be strong enough to break up through that area of resistance right there? So that would be, one of the sets of circumstances where if you like these, situations, then, I would say this is worthwhile to put on your watch list. If you like to play pullbacks, then an interesting pullback area initially could be right there at $3.28. But if you want to try to get a little bit better of an entry point, then you could always keep an eye on that purple line down there, the 50-period moving average. But anyway, look at it, like I said, nice movement, nice bull flag pattern, has broken the bull flag pattern, but now can it break up through that area of resistance? Let's see how it goes on Thursday. Next one here, TQQQ, pretty wild ride on this one. I started off very slow, but this afternoon picked it up after the Fed minutes came out. But there is that rule in charting, and I promise I have not moved this line at all. If you don't believe me, I'm not offended. Just go back in the video archive and watch a video from Tuesday. But that rule states when levels of support are broken and closed below, they tend to act as resistance. I mean, just crazy. You can't make this stuff up. Broken right there. You'd expect it to act as resistance. Look at this. Insane bounce. Huge bounce. And what a coincidence right where it decided to get rejected back down. So yes, I'm turning that into a plug. Go get signed up for the free webinar. So more of the story there, 64.43 remains that key area of resistance. In terms of levels of support, I don't think it hit it exactly. Nope. So I suppose in this case, charts are a scam because, yes, look, that was a support. Came down here, but, close, but didn't hit it. So, yeah, maybe charts are a scam. But all kidding aside, 63.35 would be that main area of support. So the question that I personally have is this thing going to turn into some sort of sideways channel now over the next couple of days, just chopping back and forth? Or are you going to get a break in one direction or another? So that's kind of what I'm wondering about. But, yeah, crazy movement here today, this afternoon, but we now have two well-defined technical levels. Now, I will get to Bitcoin here in just a second, but for you stock traders out there, again, if you like what you saw here, definitely go get signed up for the free class. It'll be Thursday, May 23rd at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And like I said, there's a question and answers, so bring your questions. We can discuss things, and we'll have a great time. Now let's talk some Bitcoin. Now, one quick clarification here. We are no longer looking at the 30-minute time frame. We are looking at the 4-hour time frame. Each one of these represents 4 hours because Bitcoin is open 24/7, and I want this analysis to remain relevant for as long as possible. So for those of you that are maybe watching this 15, 20 hours after I get it uploaded, my goal here is to still have it be relevant. So overall, just the bull pennant has occurred. Talked about this yesterday. If it pulls back a little bit, by no means a big deal, especially if it stays up above 68,000. So that'll be the first question. So let's just say you're watching this video 20 hours after I upload it. Number one question, then you need to ask yourself, where's the price at relative to 68,000? If you're answering that question that the price is up above it, then, like I said, let's say the price was down here, you'd still just have a big old bull pennant pattern at that point because the price would still be looking something like that. So like I said, as long as the price is above 68,000, everything is perfectly fine. If you're answering the question that the price is down below 68,000, then the next immediate question is, okay, well, where's the price at relative to that purple line there? If somehow you're answering the question that the price is down below there, that's where things get a little shaky, but things get absolutely shaky. The wheels have fallen off the bus if you're answering the question that the price is down below that pink line there, but I highly doubt you'll be answering it in that way. I would guess that you're answering the question that the price is still up above 68,000, which brings to the next interesting thing is, okay, well, if the price is still above 68,000, where is that at relative to this trend line right here? Has the bull pennant pattern gotten a breakout? If you're saying, well, Clay, the price is above that trend line, well, how far above it? And the further up above that red line the price is, the stronger the breakout has occurred. So very straightforward from that point. Higher up above, the stronger the breakout. But walk yourself through those questions, and that'll keep this video and analysis relevant for as long as possible. And as I invited the stock traders, I'm inviting you as a Bitcoin and crypto trader because what you're learning about in this class can and definitely should be used within the world of Bitcoin and crypto too. So go get signed up for it. Like I said, it'll be Thursday, May 23rd at 7 p.m. Eastern time with a live question and answers. So please bring your questions and we can have a good discussion and hopefully all do some learning. So go get signed up for it. If you appreciate these top 10 videos, hit that like button. If you have a request, put those down in the comment sections. I'll do my best to get to it. And I appreciate you taking the time to watch this. So go get signed up for that free training.